Hello and welcome back to 2026. This is our second podcast here, our first main podcast here. And look, we've been renewed. It's surprising, I know, to a lot of people, but we've been renewed for another series, another season, and off we go. I think this is our third proper season. We've actually done this every week. Probably our seventh season. I know someone's motorbike in the back of their house got the flying start straight away. First of all, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Eurowork, Baby Start, Spot on Hose and Fittings, JD, Buyers Agents, Ex-Advisory, Parra Leagues, Time for a Chat, Crown Property Finance, Riverside Brewing Co., Non-Stop Landscapes, and ZMS Trophies. Some new sponsors to announce soon as well. First of all, thanks to Crown Property Finance for jumping on board this year. Obviously, the new sponsor there, and thanks for the other sponsors for returning. I'll bring everyone in straight away. We won't screw around tonight. Obviously, this is a bit of a season preview, a bit of a review, obviously, of that trial game. And even though it was a trial game, there's a bit of excitement. Hayden thinks we're going to win the comp straight away. He's pretty excited. It doesn't take much. Troy, let's start with you. We'll do a bit of a catch up first of all. So you just told us off air you're 3 days sober. So that's a big step for you.
Hi, how are you? I'm pretty good, mate. I'm pretty good. Yes, 3 days. I'm actually got the waters tonight as well. So, keen to get into another year of Parra footy and talking Parra. And, it's great.
Great. And so what's this health change? You've been walking lots. A lot of people have commented to me how much you've been walking and stuff. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, mate, I actually did 6Ks today, actually. Look, I'm doing a fun run with some mates in June. They're actually up near your way, the Maitland Running Festival. The day before the Canterbury Bulldogs game, not Easter Monday, King's birthday Monday. And just getting some kilometres into the legs and, whatever happens and see how we go. But, enjoying the walking around Jamison Park.
So it's a running festival, yes. That means you've got to run, not walk.
Yes. But I'm just getting the kilometres into the legs first, and then that will gradually progress to running. So if there's a shoe sponsor out there, I'm happy to try some shoes on and go for a run.
Speaking of blokes that know how to run, it's usually their mouth. Jack, are you travelling up in there in Queensland, mate?
Oh, mate, I'm not going to lie. I've missed you all. I've also missed footy. I've been trying to find other sports to watch in the meantime. They all fucking suck compared. So it's good to be back. Troy, you look fantastic. Adam,
Thank you,
how
mate.
you look. The rest of you boys, I'll be here all night if I talk about how good you look. But look, just happy to be back and just ready to rock and roll again, guys.
Thanks, Jack. Always a charmer, that's for sure. Always just the man of the charm. Michael, you got the call up now. Michael's obviously our podcast standby guy. Last year, he doesn't know how to unmute a microphone either, which is a great start. Podcast standby guy's been in straight away. Longy's away at the moment. We'll obviously dress too. Taylor's decided just to concentrate on our own stuff at the moment and leave the podcast. So we might have an exciting opportunity coming for someone to join eventually, depending on how these other idiots below me go. So, Michael, how are you?
I'm very good. Adam, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I spoke to you 3 times today, so I don't know why you asked me how I am.
Well, we spoke, but I actually didn't ask how you were while we spoke.
Well, that's on you.
Thought I'd get that out of the way.
Oh, good.
I'm good. It's been busy. I'm keen for footy. I'm keen to drink beers while I watch footy. I'm keen to yell at linesmen and referees while I'm drunk at the footy. So, yeah, I've missed it, and I've missed all of you.
There's a lot of love around here. Like, there's a lot of love, and I hosted a barbecue this day long weekend, right? I put on meat and drinks, and I didn't even drink myself, but Jason drank. And we had a good steak, didn't we, Jason? Just nod. Don't comment the steak. We'll be here all night. We had a great steak, like Scotch fillets all around. There was no cost, whatever that word is, cut. I just really, I can't talk.
Splurged.
Cost cuts. Was there relish?
But there was relish in the fridge. We didn't have any sausage rolls. There's always relish in the fridge. You never know when Jason could call by. But none of you come. Then you're all sitting here talking about your miss. It was only Hayden and Jason that came. So Troy didn't come. Jack didn't come.
I feel like I have a valid excuse.
Shit excuse. And you live 10 minutes up the road, Michael. You didn't come. And then you're all telling how much you miss each other and love each other.
I see you enough. I don't need to see you any more than I already do.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah. All right, Jason. You've had a busy off-season, mate. Before you get into legal mode later on tonight, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Life feels normal again. You know, Australia are going to get kicked out of the T20 World Cup, but Italy are doing better than them. And yeah, this gives a bit of normality back to life and sports, I guess.
Fair. Nothing else to add? Do you want to contribute? No.
I'm tired, mate. I've had a big day.
That was the first time Jason's ever done an introduction without swearing, ladies and gentlemen. So we might be onto something this year. We might have a clean Jason. Hayden, before we get around to the actually important stuff, how are you?
I'm good, mate. Look, I've enjoyed the off season, a bit of recharging the batteries. I don't know what Jason's been doing to be tired, mate. You've had plenty of time off, so no slacking around. And Mika, you're keen to drink beers and watch footy, but I'm keen to drink beers and talk about footy. Shout out to Riverside Brewing Co., our main sponsor, though, so I won't reveal the label of this beer.
Neither will I.
Look, we've got a big announcement coming around that in the next couple of weeks anyway, so everyone will have plenty of Riverside Brewing Co. beers to drink, but we'll get to that a bit later on. Look, let's get straight into it. Actually, let's address the elephant in the room first. Hayden, where are the clowns, mate? Like, the people want to know. It's going to happen. Where are the clowns?
Bring in the clowns.
So there's been a little bit of reselling of cards and a little bit of estate stuff that Nan had been putting off for Pop. So all that sort of stuff is now on the normal clown side of the table, which is a blessing for me, but unfortunately for you guys, which I know you wanted to see, that side of the room is off limits. So we just got these new white blinds, which is our new background, and the family
shutters, Hayden.
So
shutters.
there you go. The shutters.
Fancy. Kieran, happy birthday, mate. We'll get Troy to sing happy birthday and send it to you in a video later on. I'm sure it'll be great. So, look, let's get in. Like you said, footy was back, and it was back with a massive bang on Sunday at Henson Oval, sorry. I did not expect this result. I did expect the result when I saw the teams, but I didn't expect it, prior to Tuesday when we actually announced our team list. I thought, it'd be the usual kids have a go and all that kind of stuff, not really name too many first graders, but Jason Riles really want to keep up that momentum from the off-season, and they went big guns a-blazing there, Parramatta. 3 tries in the first, 11 minutes, and then they seemed to kind of eased off, and I was pretty impressed with the kids at the back end of the game, scoring some pretty nice tries there. Jason, I'll go to you first. Your thoughts on that game?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if I haven't sworn, I might as well do a little intro of who the fuck you think you're fucking with. I'm the fucking Russ. Russell absolutely fucking killed it. It's like he wanted to show the Perth Bears of the reason why they signed him. He looked absolutely amazing, taking on the line, not passing, running, 60 meters on his own, killing everyone, burning everyone, setting up tries, making runs. I don't know. Brian Kelly? What's his name? Yeah, Brian Kelly's got a bit of competition. I mean, Russ seems like definitely a cemented spot inside the Fox. So yeah, he looked really good. He was definitely standout for me. Usual Parra bullshit. Score a couple points and drop the ball on the kick return, and some very, very sloppy defense. And I think White Kelmer's been dropped. But besides that, promising signs. But as always, I remind everyone that in 2018 we won both our trial games and we got the spoon that year. So never, ever, ever count your chickens. Is it count your chickens before they roost or whatever the saying is?
So what you're saying,
I'm tired.
The probability of that happening again, it probably won't. So we're safe. Michael, your thoughts on Sunday night's game?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Very fast across the park, which is something that Roz spoke about when he first arrived. I know we sort of saw that increase last year, but I reckon, I felt like they've gone up another level in that category again. It was good to see Pezzett. I was actually surprised. I thought he's put on a bit of size in his upper half. I don't remember him being, not that he's massive, but it's good to see him with a bit of size, considering he's a half. I was happy. I was a bit bummed by the try we let in. I thought that would have been good if we'd have kept it a 0, but overall, that's exactly what you want from a trial. I think the young blokes killed it at the end, and I'm keen to see the full team this week for probably, I'd say you'll have them on for about 60 minutes. Yeah,
I'm very happy that you noticed Pezzett's size on the upper half. That's for sure. Let's go. I wasn't going to.
Just something that stuck out to me, mate. Something that stuck out to me.
I'm glad. Let's go to our fan-voted player of the match, then we'll get everyone else's player of the match and their thoughts on the game. The fan-voted player of the match was Matt Dury. Look, what I will say is that Matt was one of those blokes at the start of the year. I always had my team because I thought he showed enough last year. always had him clenching that bench spot. But it was kind of between him, Luca, Charlie Geimer. But for me, Matt's come and just taken that bench spot this year now after that performance on the weekend. Hopefully, he can back it up this weekend. I'll quickly touch on Russell as well because I thought Russell was unlucky to miss out on that. It's funny what a bit of pressure can do about being selected in a team, isn't it? Like, we have got great depth now. And so many people said, we don't have depth in our centres. We don't have depth in our front row, all this kind of stuff. Well, two people stood up that were under pressure. Matt Dury obviously played a bit of lock and a bit of front row. And Sean Russell. Now, I didn't have Russell starting round one. I didn't have him starting this week, to be honest. I had Kelly there. I think after Russell's performance, he's really staked his claim. Your thoughts on the player of the match, Hayden?
Mate, you've summed it up perfectly on the Matt Dury one. I agree, and I feel a little bit stupid. Similar to you, I put out a video and I basically predicted the 17 for round one. I had both Matt Dury and Sean Russell out of that team, but as you said, Jason, Kelmer's poor defence is the reason he's probably overlooked this week, and I'll be having Matt Dury straight in there. As for Russ, it's a tough one. Seen some big moments from Brian Kelly. We're looking forward to his Eels debut, but Sean Russell and Matt Dury both had great games.
Yeah, I'll address the other elephant in the room because he's calling me out in the comments. I want to thank Aaron there from Everlasting Designs. He's obviously on our podcast background and been helping us out with some other stuff as well in relation to some teaching me how to do some shit as well. We'll say that much, and giving me a lot of constructive criticism, but it's working because the page has been going off. So thanks, Aaron, even though you're something wit. Jack, go to you, mate. Your thoughts on your player of the match in the game?
Look, I actually had my player of the match as Mr. Is it Appa Twiddle? I know he's got another long-ass first name, but we're going to call him Appa. Came on, set up that first try for Sam running the corner, backed up really well, fucking nailed it from the sideline with his converting. I thought he was absolutely incredible. And
that was short
also...
kicking. I know, there wasn't...
No, in the second half.
Wasn't it Fletcher kicking?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Twiddle. I'm happy.
Yeah, it was three different... There's like four different kickers throughout the game.
Even Peasant had a kick as well.
Yeah.
Anyway,
everyone gets kicked.
Anyway, let Jack talk.
My second shout out.
He's on an hour delay. He could have worked it out. Go.
Right.
Second shout out. I never knew Sam Rani had that dog in him. He scores the try, launches the ball at old mate. 10 minutes later, he gets sat. So what does he do? He realizes there's no UFC on this weekend. Rushes up, good left, right, bang, bang. Good to see it, because honestly, fuck Cronulla. I'm happy. Very happy. Watching my brother sit down, watch us fucking bend them over for a half, and then do the sad walk out brought me so much joy.
How is that not a penalty, by the way? Like, Semrani obviously got penalised for reacting, but it's pretty clear he passed the ball, then got put in a dangerous
position. I don't know how he didn't get binned.
Yeah. I don't know how both of them didn't get binned, to be honest. Semrani chased him down, he should have gone as well. But as we said, it's only a trial.
I think it's more surprising. It's more surprising Sam Rani actually wanted to go one-on-one being a Lebo. But anyway, sure, Habibi.
Oh, jeez.
What was that? Well, I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah, move on.
He didn't call the cousins. He just went one-on-one.
Go to the replay.
Respect.
They might have been row one on the sidelines, Jazz.
Anyway, I guess you can say that kind of stuff. I can't. Let's move on from that. Troy, you haven't had much of a say yet, which is how we like it. You're obviously player of the match, and your thoughts on the general overall game?
Well, look, you guys have mentioned those two, Sean Russell and Matt Dury. They had outstanding games, but I'm going to go for Sam Tuivasa. I thought he was massive in that first half. Every kickoff hit up, he was big. Except for Jason, he won't be too happy that he dropped the ball off the kickoff one time. But I thought he was great. Almost scored that try with the barge over try, but wasn't to be. But I think he's in for a massive season this year. But the pleasing thing for me about that game as well was the fact that the younger blokes also stood up and held Cronulla scoreless in that second half and also put points on. So a lot of depth around the place, and it was great to see a great victory. And my first turnout at Henson Park, I'd never been there before. It was already not too bad. So
you would have been born and like a teenager when they were playing there, wouldn't you? Though, Newtown.
Yeah. Well, look, their last premiership game was 1990 there. So how long ago is that? I was probably 33 or something then. I don't know, but But it's not a bad little suburban ground. But all is looking good.
It's a nice little segue to the defender. We'll get into the defender soon. Obviously, talk about that now. And defense, obviously, we know defense wins matches, but we've got to talk about Sam Tuivasa because it's got to happen this year, and it's got to be led, and we're going to start this movement right now. Every time he runs the ball, we've got to get the Tui going. Like it needs to happen. He's put on some size. He's charging on the line. He's looking like he wants to absolutely run over that absolute fuck out of the
Can I just quickly say one thing that I'm really disappointed about to see was a few of the boys, eastern suburbs, like having their jumpers around their necks. I don't know what the
Melbourne
go is.
swag.
I don't know what
swag of Pezzett. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the go is there. Mitchell, Pezzett, Jack Williams, Jack DeBellin. I don't know. I don't like it.
You don't like it? It's too outdated for your old soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Let's get on to the defender of the week. Look, he probably could have taken out the man of the match as well. I'm really surprised that no one's mentioned him. But the defender of the week was Teencum Brown. So, look, he's had a rough couple of years with injuries. Played only 5 games, I think, last year in New South Wales Cup. 37 tackles, 95% success rate. There's the Riverside Brewing Co. defender of the week. But, look, it was impressive. He ran hard, played hard. I really think he's probably going to be the first to debut this year based off that performance. Your thoughts on his defence there, Hayden?
Yeah, he was a gun, you know. We expected big things from him from New South Wales Cup in the moments we've seen, which hasn't been a full lot. So for him to get that spot in the trial and, you know, he's named again this week in that extended squad, so we'll get to see him a second week. And as you said, I was listening to you talk about that that first Eel to debut with Jared Hayne last week, and neither of you said Teencum Brown, but he's looking like it after the performance on the weekend.
Yeah, 100%. He's come out of nowhere. And it's funny because, like we've heard all year, Parramatta have got, you know, we've got depth in positions, but we need more front rowers. We need more centres. Like I said, they stood out before. But when you think about it, like based off this week alone, if you run through, and I'll go through the team later, but you've got Luca Moretti not playing in the top 19. You've got someone like Teencum Brown as well. You could potentially have a Charlie Geimer. We've got a lot of players coming out of nowhere now and a lot of players stepping up. We've got Ryder Talangi, obviously had that concussion last week as well and, you know, can't play because of the 10-day turnaround, only 18. Obviously, didn't go to plan, but look at the size of him for 18, turning 19-year-old. Michael, Parramatta's depth in the forwards. Are you as worried about it now after watching that game as you were at the start of the year?
No, I'm not, because like the Sharks pack that they had on the weekend was pretty close to their starting pack. And they got muscled in the first, 20 minutes to half an hour. So that was really, really good. That was one of the biggest things I took out of it because, as you know, one of my concerns is the pack. I think we need another big bopper to help Paulo, but it definitely helped ease my concerns, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've even that we need another big name when Paulo does retire, whether that be the end of this year, the end of next year. We're not quite sure yet. But like I said, Sam Tuivasa stood up with someone like Teencum coming through, Matt Dory getting better every year. I'm pretty confident in that. Your thoughts on the defensive performance, Troy, overall?
Yeah, it was pretty solid. As I said, they only scored that one try late in that first half and held them scoreless in the second half. So it was a really good effort from across the board. So obviously there's a lot of communication going on out there. And one thing that I did really enjoy was Will Penasini just charging those fullbacks when those big long bombs were put up and absolutely smashing them.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of momentum. Like I was lucky enough to catch training twice in the last couple of weeks before that trial. And every time I went to training, like twice, not every time, like you just saw him taking that step up. Like me and Jason saw him on the hospitality day there, and the way they were hitting each other was like they were playing a full game against each other. They were absolutely smashing each other. Like I watched young Lorenzo put a hit on Bailey Simonson, and it was huge. Like it was massive, and that momentum and that speed that Michael spoke about in the back line, but the defense, like I can't remember the last time we saw a Parramatta team absolutely bash a team. We've had teams players that can pull off a big shot like Junior or someone jamming in or all that, but the way they actually wanted to bash Cronulla, like you said, is fantastic to see, and it goes a long way. We'll get to off the defend now. We'll go to the moment of the week, and we've got a new sponsor for this segment. This come on in the last week, and that is Beach Jerky. So we've got a jerky sponsor. Troy, you'll be all over that one. I know you love your jerky. And
yeah, happy to try that one out.
Yeah, for sure. And
I thought he liked jerking.
Yeah, that's what I meant, but you didn't have to say it. We had to imply it. Anyway, so moment of the week. So pretty much I want everyone's moment from the game. We'll obviously start with Hayden because he hasn't said much for the last couple of minutes. So Hayden, what was your moment of the game?
I'm just going to say Bailey's try. You know, first try of the year, Parramatta's first try. Bailey looking at his best after, you know, almost not being within the team potentially this year after a bit of drama last year, coming back from injury as well. So get points on the board, fast start. Bailey Simonson scores first couple minutes.
Yeah. Jack, yours?
I'm going to go with Sam Rani's try. The little backline move, a little tip on from Volkman. Twiddle to Sam Rani. Got through about 2 or 3 people to score in the corner. He's got a knack for scoring those tries. He probably shouldn't. But just fast hand. He looks really slick. And just a really strong finish in the corner. Big fan.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about Twiddle quickly because he's obviously was pretty impressive in reserve grade last year. It's pretty obvious he's got 2 top-notch fullbacks in Iongi and Joash Papali in front of him and another couple of young ones coming through. So, look, Appy may never play first grade for Parramatta, but he could be a star elsewhere. It's one of those hard ones, but it looks like he's ready to go if he gets that opportunity. Troy, your thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Scored a couple of tries there and backing up like any good fullback would. But, yeah, I mean, it's tough being a development club and developing these players and seeing them how much potential they could have and then losing them to another club and then they become stars. But as you said, there's a couple of players in front of them. So, yeah, there's not much they can do if they want to get that opportunity. We saw that last year with Ethan Sanders moving to Canberra for an opportunity. So, yeah, I mean, hopefully he may get an opportunity throughout the course of the year, maybe. And but, yeah, quickly, my moment of the game was Sean Russell's try. That was unbelievable, that one. Just absolutely backed himself and maybe that's how he's been coached by Jason Riles. If he says he's seen an opportunity and that's all the players as well. If you see an opportunity and you can back yourself, go for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think we've seen the best of Sean Russell yet. I saw the Levels Network boys talking about it. Herbie Farmworth, his year for Brisbane before he went to the Dolphins, had that breakout year. Now, Sean Russell, when he burst on the scene, we all thought he was going to be a superstar, and he had that, lung injury, the broken ribs and stuff, and kind of struggled to get back in the team for quite a while. He played his best footy last year in the centres, and so it looks like he's got that wrapped down for round 1 this year. I think he can go to another level. But, hey, Michael, I'll go to your moment of the week.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Russell try as well, but because it showed to me that we just had an aura of confidence about us, the way Russell saw an opportunity and took it, and then the players got around him. I just felt it showed where we all were mentally very quickly in that game.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. Look, I was obviously want to give honourable mention to the Russell try. I want to give an honourable mention too to Riley Smith's try because we put a bit of shit on him last year. It took him 21 weeks to score a try. Well, 21 games. He got there in round 27 at the end of the year, and he scores in a trial. So it's actually his birthday on Saturday as well. So shout out to Riley for his birthday on Saturday. Hopefully he can get an early preseason double. But I will also say, Riley, that trial tries don't count for the nudie run. So you better score some in the NRL or we'll be straight down you as well. But my one was actually the Team Brown try. And the whole reason for that one is it shows what having a dangerous 5'8", who they don't know what he's going to do, can do for a team. Now, Matt Drury obviously, looked at the back of the block play there at 2 Pezzett. Pezzett was playing 7, but look, there was a 5'8" as well. And it looked like they were going to go out the back on the sweep play and open up that back line. He went short. That's dangerous. That's how block play should work. That defender should be making the decision between the front runner and the sweeper. For so long when we've ran that play, it hasn't happened because that sweep player usually is Dylan Brown. They know he's going to run the ball. They know they can take him if he runs the ball. What it does is it drags, makes the person make a decision and drags everyone in as opposed to going through a backline move. And it was absolutely brilliant ball there by Matt Drury. So that's my moment of the game from that one. We'll go through the top performers quickly, and there's certainly some standouts here. And I guess the most impressive thing with this is young kids taking their opportunities. It's kids that probably, they mightn't get a run throughout the season, but they've certainly proved it. But Alan Eden got 14 runs there, topped that. Like I said, a young kid, and then backed it up with 113 metres. Team Brown for a front rower, 126 metres. Obviously, the tries, 2 to Twiddle, 1 to Russell, 1 to Brown, 1 to Semrani, 1 to Simonson, and 1 to Smith. Tackles, once again, Brown topped that. Geimer, impressive, and Tuivasa as well. The big boys leading that way. Saxon Pryke, he had some errors in his game, but he had some good moments as well. He had some really good moments, so he certainly stood out there. We'll finish with that one, Jason. Anyone there that you want to give a bit of a mention to?
Well, my moments have all been taken, and The other standout besides the Russell try, and then who was actually played really well and sort of went unnoticed, was Lorenzo. I feel like when he came on and had a bit of a go, he set up almost like a Sean Lane type try, where it was sort of a dummy step, and then he went to the big bop and with enough space to sort of over the head back into Twiddle, I think it was, who then scores the try. So it's good to see how the young guns are progressing. It's really good to see all the young guns getting up the numbers as well. Alameddin's got some raps on him. So it's just, I think just overall, I think it's very promising that we've got such depth. It's the first time I can remember, I even asked Mark at the members forum, who agreed with me, Mark O'Neill. He said, yeah, I think you're right. I think this is the best depth since he's been at the club. And that's what I put to him, and he agreed with me. So that's what I think is the most promising, looking at those numbers, is all the young guns and how well they could be, in the prospects and, the potential.
And you make a valid point as well. Like, yeah, Lorenzo come on, killed it. Lincoln come on with him. I thought Lincoln played very straight. That really impressed me how straight Lincoln played for a young half. And they were so comfortable with each other because they've obviously played a lot of footy with each other. And that's our future. That's our future 7 and 6 there for years to come. Obviously Mitch has got a bit left and Peasant's here for the year, but they'll slide into that team and they'll take us, hopefully, unless someone else snatches them, like the Roosters comes and offers them a car or something, or a house, or the Melbourne Storm. You don't know what they're going to get up to at the moment. They just love cheating. They can't help it. But that's our future, and they just look so good together. And like you said, they combine with Latu, the ball to Latu straight through the second row. Mate, New South Wales Cup this year is going to be very strong as well. If that New South Wales Cup team does not win the comp, I'll be very surprised. But what I will say to Parramatta fans is be patient, and also don't get angry when we lose some of them. It's quite simple. You cannot keep them all. Nice little segue talking about juniors into the junior reps in the weekend. Does anyone else have anything to add from that game at all? Hayden, you good? Nothing?
All good.
Yep. Trying to get back in the flow of things, the first one of the year, making sure we don't miss things. So, look, the junior reps on the weekend, 4 from 4 against Cronulla. So 7 games against Cronulla. Our New South Wales Cup game was essentially a Ron Massey Cup team, and our Jersey Flegg was a very young team as well. But Elise Fiala come away with a 32-6 win. Tasha Gale 10-6, Harold Matz 20-10, and the SG Ball 40-16. So some great wins there all round for our club. And I think it's only one of the teams has dropped the game this year and everything else. So it's only round 2, but that SG Ball team, mate, 48-12 the first week and 40-6 this week, and they had 6 players out playing in the higher grades or playing in Flegg. So they got beaten in the grand final last year. They'll be going all the way this year. Look, let's move on. We're going to get into the next match. Obviously, it's happening this Saturday night, but let's talk about a few other things first before we get that. He's gone early. I mean, good stuff, Jez. We'll go to that later. That's my fault. Everyone obviously wants to talk about Zach Lomax, and I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can because we spend a lot of time on Zach Lomax on the page, but I know Jason really wants to have a say on Zach Lomax. So, mate, where are we at? What's the go? Are you going to sue him yourself? Have you been rocking up pretending you're working, trying to sneak in the background? Just give us a quick little minute wrap-up. What's doing?
Yeah, I was thinking about going into court and having a squeeze. Everyone's been jumping up and down about text messages coming out, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's great to get the I guess the reassurance that we know that Melbourne Storm are absolute grub cheats and they try and manipulate every situation they can. But it's been adjourned to March the 2nd. It's apparently going to go for 3 to 5 days hearing. We're lumping in absolutely everyone to show that essentially that Zach's done the dodgies on us and he's promised things which we relied upon in order to release him. So it's going to be an absolute shit show. We don't want a judge to make a decision. Justice Kuntz is a great judge, Supreme Court of New South Wales, absolute gun in equity, but he can make any decision. I mean, there are so many options available. We could not get the clause enforced as a restraint. We could have the restraint only enforced for 12 months. We could have certain conditions placed on it. The court has a wide discretion under legislation and under case law. So, it's just going to be up to our legal team, I think, really, to focus on negotiations. And I think that's what they're putting as much pressure on NRL, Melbourne, everyone involved on the other side to make sure we get what we want out of it. And exposing some of the bias as well, which I think is appropriate, because what the NRL and Melbourne were trying to do to us is just not fair. We agreed to terms on the basis that he was going to go to rugby, and he promised us, this is what's been alleged, he promised us that he would never return to the NRL. And then we find out that he was talking to Melbourne at the same time he was talking to R360. So it doesn't look good. A lot of it is in our favour. I think the clause, as I understand it, would be enforceable because we've relied upon it to allow someone out of the competition to not compete against us. And that's your general sort of tick a box for an employer. That's a legitimate business interest to not have someone basically go to a competitor and then use that information, knowledge, confidential information, whatever it is, sort of against you. So that sort of ticks a box for restraints of trade, but I don't know the ins and outs. I just hope Parra come out on top, and it's probably best we get some sort of deal, but all the other bullshit is really just muddying the waters, and I'm glad it's come out, but I'm not sure how relevant it is. So yes, just keep an eye on it, and hopefully it all works out.
That was a bit longer than a minute, but I knew you'd go
Sorry.
longer. You always do. Is that Zach Lomax's contract? Yeah.
That's his
Look,
contract.
you made some valid points there, Jason, and I'm sick of talking about Zach Lomax, to be honest. I want to make this about the NRL because I'm fucking filthy at the NRL at the moment. And the reason is, obviously on the Hello Sport podcast, a video I posted the other day, V'landys' comments, it's clear and obvious bias. We put up this for way too long. I saw a really good post a while back, a guy did, and I think it was in Troy's group on Facebook, and it was just all the things that Parramatta have been screwed over the years. He literally come out, V'landys, and he said, the reason I support Zach. Now, you shouldn't be supporting someone in this situation. You should be supporting, staying out of it, really, letting the club sort out. It's obviously going to go to the courtroom, but you should be supporting your clubs, if anything, and you don't support an individual just because you think they're a good person. It shows favoritism, and it shows he's not going to be biased. And look, we started those hashtags, and as you know, and as a lot of people are aware, we've had some successful hashtags in the past that have really set the world nuts. So, look, what we're going to do is we didn't do our shared competition tonight because, I forgot to mention at the start of the podcast because I'm trying to file in. So I do have a prize to give away. I've still got some leftover Leagues Club vouchers from last year. So I'll give away $100 worth of Leagues Club vouchers. What I want everyone to do is the NRL put up a post 4 hours ago on Facebook. There's currently 6 comments on it. It's new gear, new colours, the high-profile recruit set for the club. Now, obviously, Zach Lomax is trying to recruit. I want everyone here to quickly take the time, go across that Facebook post and hashtag end the bias and hashtag Parramatters. Now, yep, you can do it too. Yep, these are all on it. So I want to see fucking 300 comments by the end of this podcast, and I'll go through and I'll scroll through and I'll pick someone to do a $100 voucher for. And that's what I'm looking forward to seeing. So get on that last one 4 hours ago. Jazz, I don't know if you've got the ability to share that in here. I know you're probably trying because I can see you doing something. Try and share it there and get across there and let's set this world on fire, eh?
What are we saying? I was too busy trying to get my phone in.
Hashtag end the bias and hashtag Parra, P-A-R-R-A, matters, M-A-T-T-E-R-S. Let's get that going. Look, it only takes 1 year to get it right. So go across that NRL Facebook, get it going. It should be fun. I want to see this explode again.
No one's done it yet.
No one's done it. Yeah, we'll
Come on,
fucking
guys.
do it.
I've just refreshed.
Not everyone's as quick as you.
You can't see it. You can't see it.
Hey.
All I can see so far is Mika, Jack, and Hayden, and you are all ineligible to win. So get it going.
I'm just
guys.
doing it for the love of the game, mate.
Thank you, Marcus John, for the like. Appreciate that. That was quick.
Marcus likes you. We'll come back. So no, you don't need to hashtag it here, guys. It's not going to get you a go across the NRL Facebook. Their last post. Look, let's move on from that because, like I said, we could talk about it all the time, and it's been great for content. I'm not going to lie. It's fucking exploded. Part of me wants to see Zach play round 1 now because I just want to boo him. I want to give it to him. I really do, and I want to see the boys go out and smash him. I think we can get it done anyway. But the other part of me, obviously is really proud for the club for standing up. And look, we had Jared Hayne on last week, and I see his points as well. Like, it's a short footy career. Yeah, Zach made a shit decision and a poor choice, but should be punished for that. I want to take it away from Zach. I want to talk about the NRL. The NRL quite simply have not done what they said they're going to do. There's an anti-tampering law that Melbourne have clearly broken. They've clearly broken that anti-tampering law. So they need to turn around and fix that as well. Because, if this continues, we're going to have 1 year contracts. You're trying to say something, Michael. You're leaning forward.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's been enough said about what the NRL's response to that text was. That's going to be the killer. Whether they were like, yeah, no worries, man, give us time, we'll sort it. Or whether he went, blow up, man, you can't be saying this shit to me. Like, that's the interesting part. Because there'd be many clubs that'd message and be like, hey, help us out. Like, realistically. But the response is the big thing, how the NRL dealt with it.
Yeah, I agree. And it's been radio silent, hasn't it? Besides Peter Vlandis coming out and threatening to sue a couple of media people for things, it's been very, very silent, Jason. I couldn't need that lawyer soon. Do
you think more information will come to light and that's happening because of Vegas, or do you think it's just going to stay under the rug? I wonder if they think it will stop the numbers of Vegas, it will stop the excitement, that sort of thing, and so no comments are being made in relation to it besides our club.
You've got the Dogs playing the Dragons.
It's not much
excitement. What excitement you're talking about, Jez? Hang on, sorry, we've got to bring Jez in here for a second. Jez, are you excited for Vegas even?
So excited for Vegas. Can't wait to watch the Knights lose in another country. It's going to be fantastic.
A whole new audience to watch the Knights.
Who cares? We're going to Dubai next year anyway. Vegas is in the bin.
Yeah, apparently when we plan to go. Jez, I want to ask you, that's why I bought you actually, not just talk shit about the Knights. We've got all year to do that.
Yeah.
What I want to ask you is, as someone who is a closet Parramatta supporter and slowly embracing their closet Parramatta supporters.
Forced upon,
yeah. But how do you feel about this situation? Because I've seen a lot of comments and I've even seen some stuff from Melbourne fans and Melbourne content creators saying, they don't want Zach. The NRL hasn't done their job, all this kind of stuff. How do you feel about it? How does it make you feel that your club, let's be honest, is one of the bottom teams at the moment, has been for quite a while. And it seems like this top team continues to get favours.
Yeah, the bias has got to stop. And I'm just having a look at that post from the NRL and all the people are jumping on there and smashing those hashtags. But I just think it's weak. He came out and made such a big stance about if anybody engages in this Rebel 360 rugby, then I'm going to bring down the hammer on them. But now it's like, oh, actually, it's not happening. It's not happening. So I'm going to go easy on them because I like this individual and I like the club that he's going to because I want Melbourne to do well. That's essentially what he's saying. So yeah, as a rugby league fan and a Knights fan, I'm pretty annoyed by it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. And like I said, it's the general consensus around the whole NRL. And it's funny because when he said any player that is talking to Rugby 360 will be banned, blah, blah, 10-year ban, we already knew what players were talking and we knew the caliber of player. They weren't going to go try and sign someone shit like a Jackson Hastings or a Tyson Gamble. They weren't going to want those players. They wanted the big name players. So you Zach Lomaxes and obviously Pappenhausen and Payne Haas and all this kind of stuff. Payne has to sign a 3-year deal with the South Sydney Rabbitohs, but it's already in his contract that if R360 gets up, that he'll be able to leave in that 3rd year if it gets up and running. So, and the NRL have to register that contract and he's got a get out clause. I know they don't want to lose stars to the game, but the standard has to be set. And you make something, you say something, you do it. That's pretty much it. I don't think I've got anything else to add.
But you know what? On that note, what pissed me off with Abdo, when he was like, I want to see the best players in the game. I want to see the best athletes. So does that mean if you're one of the best athletes, you can do whatever the fuck you want?
That's what I was going to say, Jace. Exactly.
Do this, do that, do backhanded deals, get your agents to do dodgies behind, have 7,000 different options just in case you need to have a whinge and it doesn't work out for you. But because you're one of the best athletes, it's okay. 10-year ban if you're fucking, some shit cunt. But fucking the best athletes, all good. Oh, okay. You want to put a get out clause to go to R360, but they come out and said if you sign with R360, you get a 10-year ban.
So Jason, that was your first C-bomb of the year, and you get fined for C-bombs, don't you?
That's right. I forgot about that.
You hit the nail on the head, though. If you are a well-known player, then it seems like, or if you're an Origin caliber player, it seems like you're going to get another go at it. But if you are just some, reserve grader that's found their way into a first grade team, I'm looking at Perth Bears when they come in as well, it doesn't matter. They're not after those guys. They're after the big ticket items. They're after the bums on seats players. They're after the bums on seats players, and they're gonna go easy on them.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
And where's it stop? You know, does it stop when a Payne Haas goes across there and last 1 year and realizes he hates it and wants to come back? You know, it makes us the laughing stock, really. The players want to leave us for money, then come back, because we all know, like Saudi soccer is big money. Look at some of the players that have gone over there. It ruined a lot of European competitions. Not ruined them, but certainly weakened some of the mid competitions. So, yeah, we'll give those shout out later, Jez. We're gonna get to that. So actually, just hold it back up now. So
that's a cool top. Mine doesn't have that. Mine has something that leaks.
Mine's
How
in
do
the
I get
back of
that
my
cool
car.
top?
you got a coffee cup, you tool.
I didn't even get one.
I don't have one yet either.
You live 10
I'm
minutes
with Nick
away.
and Troy on this one.
I have
Where's
every
mine?
single one. I have every single one of them here. All right. So
Can I fill it with pirate rum or beer?
you can do whatever you want
Yes.
to do with it. Jason,
Sorry,
you got a coffee cup.
I
That's
didn't
what
realize
yours
it'd be
are.
that controversial.
Look, let's just hold it out there. Thanks to ZMS Trophies for organising. This was everyone's Christmas present. It's taken me a little while to get them out to people because, like I said, I had a fucking barbecue and no
Christmas
one
26.
came. Like, I had a great barbecue plan. Like, I was expecting us to hide under beds and stuff, St. George, Dragon style, play hide and go seek, jump over fences. But all that was here was Hayden, who had a great time, great steak. Couldn't finish it. Told me 6 times he couldn't finish it, but he tried. And then Jason as well. And Jason rocked up with unhealthy food, which was not a great idea. But thanks to ZMS Trophies, we'll show them later. We're going to do a run of them as well for people. So, sorry, Jez, you created some fucking controversy there. We ready to move on from Rugby 360 and Zach
Yes.
Lomax? Yes, good. Perfect. Bye, Jez. He got rid of himself. I didn't even have to get rid of him. How good's that? Let's move on to this match. As I said, it's a Saturday game. It's a home game for Hayden. It's a pretty close game for me as well. So Saturday at Polytech Stadium at Gosford there, 6 p.m. Pretty much a full-strength Eels against a full-strength Roosters. Look, we expect that to change around the 60th minute mark. Great sponsor there, X-Advisory, sponsoring the next matches as well. That's the lawyer down the bottom that uses the C-bomb.
Graphic looks sick. Well done.
Good
Yeah.
graphic.
Yeah, once again, that was Everlasting Designs, not me. I had to play with it a little bit, but it was one of his designs. So, look, it is a big game. I'm obviously heading there. Troy, are you heading up for that game?
No, I don't think I'll be making this one, unfortunately. I'll be watching it, but I won't make it up to the Gosford, I don't think.
It's a shit excuse. Jason, are you going? Is anyone going? Why is everyone going?
To a trial game.
Oh, see, it's on the way. So I'm staying in Sydney on, Parramatta on Saturday night. So I'll be there for sure. And there'll be lots of Parramatta fans there. Because when I put the post up, there was lots from around this area said they're going. So we are going to put an event up. We'll catch up somewhere there. I don't know how Jason's going to do it because he's not going, but he's obviously got, what is it? Is it a 5-drink penalty for C-bombs, guys? Is that what we decided? Jason,
Yes.
5.
you got to buy 5 drinks for people?
Fuck.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
if you're putting an event on, I might turn up.
Lucky. First home game is round 3. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly right. So they'll build up by then, that's for sure. So any C-bombs from anyone on the podcast or excessive swearing over the amount of 10 in one sentence is a 5-drink penalty they have to buy for the fans of the page. So look, we will chuck up an event, probably going to be at Gosford Hotel or Bay Brewing Co. or something like that, just to catch up with some fans. But like I said, is on Saturday night. I'll run through the team list now because, like I said, it's pretty much as close to full strength as we will get for at least the first 60 minutes. Isaiah Oyongi is at fullback. Simonson and Josh Adokar on the wings. Looks like Bailey will take that position of Zach Lomax. Will Penasini and Sean Russell in the centres. Peasant and Moses, we get the first look at them in the halves together. Hopgood and Paulo in the front row. Congrats to Jermaine Hopgood as well on the birth of his second child last week. That's why he missed last week's game. Riley Smith the hooker. Jack Williams 11 with Kit Kat. Our boy Kit Kat looks like he's going to hold down that second row position. I'm so excited. And Jack DeBellin making his club debut there at 13. Bench of Walker, Tuivasa, Dury, De Silva, Geimer, and Talangi. I find that interesting. I think I could see that change. Obviously, that 19. I do think that Kelmer and Geimer are kind of fighting out for a spot there, and Joe Ash will come into the 19th position when we go into round 1. And then Brian Kelly, Jordan Semrani, Ronald Volkman, Ares Nando, who had an impressive game, Jake Tago, Lorenzo Talatina, and Teencum Brown. Your thoughts on the lineup, Michael? Is that what you would have gone with as well, your strongest team?
Yeah. I don't know. I saw a post today, like, oh my God, Parramatta named their first grade side. Like most teams will do that this weekend for 60 minutes. I'm not surprised they did it, but I'm very happy with what they've done. I think that's exactly what I would have gone, and I'm excited to see how Pezzett and Moses work together and rip in. I'll be watching from work, though. That'll suck, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll quickly touch on that. A couple of questions about Moretti. He did have an injury when I was down there a couple of weeks ago, so he was doing some light duties, light training. So I think they're just kind of easing him back in, get some big minutes in New South Wales Cup to make up for the time he has missed, obviously, in the last couple of weeks in the contact sessions. Not 100% sure what the injury was. I just noticed him training on the skier. The boys were doing some contact stuff. So, like I said, he's in a battle, though. He's going to be in a battle. He's going to have to work hard probably in New South Wales Cup to get that back. So, see how he goes. Your thoughts on the team, Troy?
Yeah, look, it's probably as close to full strength as what we're going to see. I mean, first time we get to see the 6-7 in action together for a game. So
Don't do that ever again, Troy. Ever again.
He's gone. That's a man.
I was going to say, does he even know what he's doing?
That's worse than what,
No.
that's worse than what Jason did, to be honest, Troy. That's your one and only warning.
5 drinks. 5 drinks penalty.
Come on.
Troy,
Anyway,
have you got electricity there in Queensland? Jack? What's going on?
My light just
Queensland.
dipped
Go
2
on.
seconds.
It's all the floods.
Sorry, Troy, continue.
but
Right.
obviously Jason Riles is a big fan of Sean Russell. Interesting that Brian Kelly's named a little bit down, but I wouldn't really see anything like that. It's just a trial game, so. But it could be a good test as to seeing how the bench gets used in this game as well. So, really looking forward to this one.
You guys are saying 5 drinks. You've got a 5-drink penalty.
They're all just giving it to me. They always give it to me. Come on.
I reckon it's worse.
Well, look, if Heidi, the Eels legend, can say it on radio, look, I can say it too.
Well, he certainly won't be watching the podcast, that's for sure. But
Are you comparing yourself to Nathan Highmarsh?
Yeah, I am a 330 game legend. Yeah, absolutely.
You know why? Because Troy's probably drank in value what Heine put it through the pokies in value. That's how he's comparing himself.
Oh my God.
Oh, sorry, that was bad, Troy. But it's a 5-drink penalty.
that's
People have voted. Look, we've got 20.
If you have a gaming issue, please go and talk to Gamblers Anonymous. You win some, you lose more.
Yeah.
Hayden's like, look, we've got 22 people comment on that last post. So get across, everyone. Like I said, that last NRL post is the last time I'm going to say it. We'll draw a win soon. Comment hashtag end the bias and hashtag Parra matters. You'll see the other 23 comments there. Copy that and you'll be able a chance to win a $100 Leagues Club voucher. Your thoughts on the team, Jace?
Yeah. Again, just like everyone said, probably what we will see in round 1. I am excited about how Brian Kelly will fit into this team. I'm not sure if Russell loses his spot. I think it's more likely Simo does, to be honest with you. So let's see what happens. But I think one of the reasons that Kelly hasn't got a crack yet is because maybe he's not up to date with our defensive systems. He might have a little bit of time in cup. That's the only thing I'm thinking. Otherwise, he's an absolute gun in attack, and I'd like to see him connect with someone like Moses, with Pezzett, things like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It is a full-strength Roosters side as well, pretty much. Looking forward to see Cherry Evans play like crap. And yeah.
It's funny you say it. Like I said, like when I was at training a couple of weeks ago, Kelly looked to have that centre position wrapped down. Like he was training with the first starters, like the 13 boys with Adokar outside him. I think Russell's form and the way he played on the weekend has got him straight in. You know, if he has a shocker this week, Kelly might get a crack round 1. And it's interesting you say has to get used to our defensive structure. It's because he didn't know a defensive structure at the Titans. There wasn't a defensive structure at all. So it's probably going to take him longer than most. Sorry, Hayden, I shouldn't bag out your second team. But your thoughts on the team, Hayden?
It's a very strong team. I'm really looking forward to Jack DeBellin getting the Eels colours on as well, our new lock. I think Dylan Walker was so exciting last year that I'm looking for that rotation as well, because I feel like Jack will probably come on the bench and then Dylan Walker comes on. And, you know, his game against the Roosters last year was amazing. So let's see if he can do that sort of form again in the trial.
got 2 Jacks in our team, and Jack on the podcast. So we're a team of Jacks. There's a lot of J names as well. I'm just noticing. Jack, Junior, Jermaine, Jonah, Josh. It's really Joash. Jordan Semrani. There's a lot of. We should be the Parramatta Jays, not the Parramatta Eels. Anyway,
Jason, Jez.
Jason Jet. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is. Oh, we got. Yeah, it's crazy. Your thoughts on the team, Jack?
I like it. I really do. It'll be interesting to see the rotation with Russell and Kelly. I'm wondering if with Pezzett and Moses, if Moses does a bit more of a running play. We saw a little bit last year when it was him and Brown. He played a bit more of a 6 role. So I'm wondering if Pezzett does a bit of more organising to give Moses a bit more running. But look, I just want to see these forwards come in, dominant like we did last week, really get that front foot because as we know, we can't play off the back foot. So if we can get a good roll on, it'll be good to see how we stack up against a team with the Roosters who are touted to be up there this year.
Yeah, they are. I think it's at the Roosters a little while. They usually start a bit slow. I probably fucking shouldn't have said that. They're probably going to put 50 on us in a trial or something. But, obviously there's a new combination there with Cherry Evans coming in the team as well. But I've got Roosters as one of the teams to beat this year. I've got them potential grand finalists as well. So it is a good early test to see where we are at. And I know it's only a trial, but they won't have the aggression of competition points. But, the first half will really be something to go off. We'll say it one more time, guys, with that comment on that NRL thing. You can comment more than once. I'm going to draw a lucky number. So the more comments you've got on there, the more chance you got of winning. So don't forget that. Look, let's just quickly talk about Jonah Pezzett and Mitchell Moses. Obviously, the Pezzett deal, 1-year deal here for a year, then off to the Broncos. A lot of questions are getting asked. Can he backflip? Will he backflip? Can we convince him to stay? I know people are a little bit excited after seeing some training videos and one game and stuff like that. Look, we could have signed Pezzett long term. He can't get out of his contract now. Actually, hang on. Peter V'landys just said he can get out of his contract if he wants to because he likes him, and that's why he supports him. But there's a chance that could happen. But
he's a good bloke.
He's a good bloke. He's a good bloke, so he might. So we'll ask our mate Peter. But I think the whole reason that Pezzett wasn't signed, and this is just me, saying some stuff. Of course, I have no inside knowledge at all. Is we didn't want to sign him long term. We could have probably matched Brisbane's offer, but obviously with Lorenzo, Lincoln Fletcher, Joash, they're waiting to come through, and you don't know what else could come through. Got young Cam Bamblett as well playing fullback in SG Ball that can play 5'8". He's been super impressive. We've got a lot of good young kids coming through. Like I said, we're going to lose some of them. So, if we win a comp, it's great. I think that Jason Ryall is pretty confident we can, give it a real shake this year. That's why he did want to sign Pezzett, and we're not going to get into why we signed him and stuff because we've had that conversation before. But he can't get out of his contract. We'll say that, but it's going to be exciting to watch these two. I saw enough. So I just realized that Jeremy changed everyone's names. And I literally just realized, I was like, why is my name Adam? Jimmy Carr. Anyway, Michael, what are you expecting? Jonah Pezzett, Mitchell Moses. Is it the strongest halves combination that Parramatta have had for quite a while?
It is, but I still don't like it. You will not convince me in any way, shape, or form to like this. I'm not saying Pezzett won't do good. I'm not saying he won't give it his all, and I'm not saying he's not passionate about doing his all. But to me, historically, you don't see a spine with as little games as our spine has had together with each other win a comp. So now we're building again next year because we'll be in the same boat.
That's been my overall thought as well. Like I said, I've seen enough.
Love your confidence, Mika. Love your confidence.
But
I'm harsh but fair.
If we do win a comp, let's say we do win a comp, Michael.
Yes.
What are you going to do? Because you come out and said most teams can't win a comp. So are you going to get Jonah? I want you to see Jonah Pezzett tattooed on you somewhere with a picture of him. Can we make that bet right now? If
we win a comp this year,
yep.
I will get Jonah Pezzett's face tattooed on me. That's fine.
On your ass cheek.
Fuck.
On me ass cheek.
All right, there we go. Everyone got that? We need to make sure we record that. I cannot wait for that.
Is there not some sort of stat where debutants in 1 year increase some sort of performance? You got Daly Cherry Evans debut, win the comp. Was it Ben Barber as well? His debut year, Sharks win the comp. There's been a few of them.
You got to look at those teams as a whole. Like Riley, Moses, and Oyongi have played 15 games together. Now we're adding a fresh 6 as well. Like when you look at it as a whole, I just, I'm not saying we're going to have a bad year by any means, but to win the comp, it'd be like someone who gets beat by 50 winning the comp and breaking the 50-point curse. I just don't think it's going to happen.
57
Records are meant to be broken.
50-point curse be mentioned by Michael. But what I will say is I think Jonah Peasant in his first year is a better option for us at 5'8" than Dylan Brown was since 2022. So
absolutely agree.
Dylan Brown took us to a grand final in 2022. We know that Mitchell Moses controls the team. The problem's going to be if Mitchell Moses isn't there and he gets some injuries like he has in previous years. But for me, having Jonah Peasant there as a genuine 7, he opens up our back line so much more. He takes pressure off Mitchell Moses. They can switch things around. Like we saw in peak Dylan Brown 20. So I forgot his fucking name. He's that dead to me. Dylan Brown in 2022. They switched it around and Mitch could play like a 5'8" and Dylan could play like a 7. The biggest difference is Peasant has that ability to be a 7. He has that ability to actually control things, to set things up. So Mitchell Moses, he can switch off. He can switch off for a set and just pop up and do what he wants to do. And it's a fucking dangerous Mitchell Moses when Mitchell Moses is doing that.
Fucking
Jack,
yeah.
I noticed you've been very quiet, Jack, because we're talking about regretful tattoos and you have not said a fucking word. Your thoughts on the 7-6?
I have no regretful tattoos. Just throwing it out there. I stand by everything I've done. I think it'll be good. I think Moses as a runner is the most dangerous version of Moses. And we've seen Peasant slide into Melbourne and control it and kill it. So I think they're going to switch things around. I think you're going to see Moses run a lot more than he has the last few years. And now that we have someone that can actually control a team, I think we're sweet. Because we've seen in the past, Brown couldn't do that to save his fucking life.
100%. And when you see those plays with Moses when he in the attack when he's fullback, fuck, that's some exciting shit, eh? Like, was it last year? I think it was the year before when he scored those 2 tries against Newcastle, playing in the fullback sweeping, whatever it's called, sweep under. I don't know what the fuck it's called. That's some of the most exciting shit. When Moses floats, fuck. So if that allows Moses to float, then who knows what can happen, especially in attack. But we'll see.
Forgetting you adding Dylan Walker into this as well. Like Dylan Walker really opened up our middle last year. So Walker, we've got a lot of. I think we're quite like the Broncos. We've got too many Chiefs because I still think the Broncos wouldn't have won the comp if Reynolds sat on the field. I said that last week, but we've really got a lot of options there. Riley's going to go to a new level as well. It is exciting. Hayden, your thoughts on the halves combination for the year?
I actually agree with Jack there that Mitchell Moses is going to be doing a lot of running, and I think there's going to be some other players doing some short kicking as well. I think we saw it. Some plays from Iongi, that short kick on the weekend. I think he's got that short kick game in him. So I think there's going to be a bit of pressure on the halves when other players step up for those short kicks in those attacking moments. But I think Mitchell Moses is going to be running the football a lot. Everyone's going to be having a kick. Well, not everyone, but Iongi, Jonah Peasant, a couple other players. So, again, I think we're sweet as well.
Hayden's out here like Oprah. You get a kick. You get a kick. You get a kick. Everyone gets a kick. Troy, final say, mate, on the halves. Is that what you'd go with, obviously?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jason Ross said it at the members forum. They're here to win a comp this year.
We get you at the members forum. All right, we get it. You mentioned the members forum 3 times. Were you at the members forum, Troy?
I didn't mention it. I haven't mentioned it.
I mentioned it.
Oh, it was him, was it? Oh, sorry, Troy.
Anyway.
Was anybody else at the members forum? Anyone else want to raise their hand who was at the members forum? Okay, good. All right, we've got that.
So we're in the time to win the comp now. So why not? I mean, he's a quality young half. He's shown that down in Melbourne. It's going to take a bit of pressure off Mitch as well. And obviously, when Mitch plays Origin, he'll be the halfback. So, and as you said before, he can run a team around, unlike Dylan Brown. So, it's good. Can't wait.
Yeah, for sure. It will be great, Troy. Great input. Love your work, mate. Let's get on to some predictions for the year because obviously not doing our bowl predictions. Our bowl predictions will be back even though we suck at them. Let's start with we'll go to our expected finish here. And Jess, sorry, I put him in the wrong order. I'll switch him around for you. Let's go for our prediction. Who will be our player of the year? Let's keep this short. Player of the year and a quick statement on why. I'll start with you, Michael.
Oh, Jesus. Player of the year. Oh, it's probably going to be Moses. Everything centers around him, to be honest, doesn't it? So, yeah. Short and sweet.
Very short and sweet. Moses, yeah. Hayden?
Iongi, lots of try assists, lots of tries, hard yard meters that we see from our wingers are going to come from him, big meters.
Rookie of the year last year into the player of the year. I like it. Jason?
Yeah. I want to say Moses as well, but I don't want to be so generic. I'm going to say Dylan Walker. 1 full year. Yeah. Let's see how he goes. I reckon he might kill it.
Walker is on. Love it. Who are you going, Troy?
No surprise. I'm going to go Will Penasini. I reckon he's up for a big year. He'll score the first try plenty of times.
With his new hairdo and his beard.
Yeah, and his beard, mate. And those, he's going to be electric this year.
Does he have a restraining order out on you at all?
No. He loves it. He'll score the first try plenty of times, but look, I think he'll get back to his best form. And he's had a couple of lean years over the last couple of years. He's ready. He's ready to break.
Apparently,
out.
Longy's getting player of the year.
Jack?
Well, I don't want to double up, so I'm going to say that Justin Horror was correct. Sean Russell turns into Herbie Farnworth and went to Player of the Year on his way out to Perth.
Oh.
Look, I can't even remember what I said last week, but I already did mine last week, and I had Junior penciled in when we did our things. I thought Junior was in for a massive year based off that Samoa thing, but the way I watch young Sam Tuivasa play, I think that Sam Tuivasa will gradually ease into that starting spot. So I think that I'm going to give it to Sam, but I think that takes Junior out. I'm actually going to go my player of the year this year, and this is going to go very, very left field. I don't think anyone's going to expect me to say this. It's very surprising. So I'm going to say Mitch Moses. I think Mitch Moses wins the player of the year. I just think if we have a good year, he has to. And he has to stay on the field. He definitely does. So if he's on that field, Parramatta finish top 4, he gets player of the year. Let's go to rookie of the year. Like we said, obviously, I think we're going to all swing one way here. It's a hard one. I had someone like Jez or Ryder pitched it in, and, they're both going to be thereabouts when they make their debut, but I can't go past Teencome after those. I reckon he's the first one to get a chance, and I think he'll take that opportunity and he'll force his way into that bench spot for the rest of the year. We'll go in reverse order. Jack?
I was going to try and not copy, but he's the only guy that I can think of at the moment that's probably got a crack to sneak into first grade and play some games. So I'm going to double up on my little Pookie Bear Adam and say Teencome Brown as well.
It's actually hard, because I can't see when someone's going to make a debut. Last year, Riley and Sam Tuivasa both made their debuts, in round 1.
And then Sam Rani, 3, I think.
You're banking on injuries this year because our team, we've got so much depth. People aren't just going to drop in and out. You're going to wait on injuries or origin or just forcing their way in.
Yeah, and it's a hard one because even that, you look at, let's say Hopgood gets injured and drops out. Obviously, Luke is going to be there, and Luke could be in Charlie Geimer and stuff. So there's got heaps ahead of him. It's up to, I guess, Jason Riles seems to be a very fair coach, and if someone impresses him in Cup, he gives them an opportunity. We saw that with Joe Ash last year. Joe Ash was standing out in New South Wales Cup and got his opportunity. But anyway, Hayden, who are you going?
I guess I've got to go with Teencome Brown. I feel like I'm being generic like the old Moses train there, but yeah, like you, it's hard to get a debut. There's a lot of depth in the squad, but it's going to be hard with this full-strength team for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. Michael?
I'll go Ryder just to be different. I reckon he'll be a superstar.
Yeah, he will be. He's got the size as well. Obviously, it didn't go to plan on the weekend, but he's another one that could be, he's only 18, turning 19, so it might be a long way off, but he does debut, he could get it. Like I said, this rookie of the year might play 1 or 2 games. Well, that's how he could be going. Jason?
Does Pezzett qualify as a rookie still?
I think he's played more than 6 games in Melbourne, hasn't he?
Okay, yeah, well...
I don't know what our rookie of the year is.
18 games for Melbourne.
18?
Yeah, 18. No, really? It's well past it. I'm not sure, to be honest. It's hard to pick, like you said, who's actually going to debut and when. I don't know. I don't know. This year's a hard one for rookie of the year. Can I reserve my position and have a look at a few more?
Is there any Greek players? Just pick a Greek player, bro.
Why? Who's Greek? I'm not Greek.
Aren't you Greek?
No.
I'm out of here being racist now without even knowing it.
Just because our swogs look alike, bro.
All right, Troy, what do you got for us?
Look, I'm going to go a bit left field. I'm going to say it is hard, as everyone has said. Richard Penasini. I think he'll make his debut this year, and I think alongside his brother, they'll both stand out this year. It's going to be a Penasini year for sure.
Yeah. You love a double Penasini, don't you? Yeah, I somehow knew you were going to say Dick Penasini for sure. That's what we've obviously got to address him by. Jason, have you got one yet? Surely you can give us one. You've watched enough New South Wales Cup last year. There's got to be someone there.
Yeah, but they've all debuted now. Look, let's go a bit left field. Something happens somehow, and Lorenzo plays 6-7 games and kills it.
I have a question. Bit left field, but you just reminded me, given the name you just said. Let's say things aren't going to plan this year, like last year, and we're having a rough time and probably not going to make the 8. When do you start playing Lorenzo?
Well, you can play him essentially. It depends what they want to prioritise, but you can have him ready to go with this 19-man bench anyway, can't you? Like he can be sitting there ready to crack, easing you.
Yeah, but see that there's issues with that too, because if you have him on the 19-man bench every week and Pezzett plays and he gets no game time and he's not building.
Incorrect. The back end of the year, early on, a lot of our New South Wales Cup games are before. Later on in the year, a lot of our New South Wales Cup games are after our first grade or on the next day. So
we've only got 6 games where New South Wales Cup is before.
Yeah, which is early on in the year.
What's the bad? What's the bad if New South Wales Cup is before?
It means that essentially your 18th man can play New South Wales Cup and then play first grade because there's no guarantee they'll get on. Obviously, you don't want them doing it if you're going to use it as a tactic, but if that's the way around and, you don't, your 18th and 19th man essentially aren't getting game time that week, 6 games. So, someone like Joash who, would be a lock, you think, to sit on that 6-man bench and can change your game if he does come on. It's a really hard one there because he mightn't get to develop that game at 5'8" like they plan to, So, yeah, Josh makes a very interesting point there as well, as assuming Lorenzo's first up for the 6. Like, I also think Joash has been training there as well, and he obviously was named in the 6 as well. But,
so that's what I would have done this year. I would have had Joash start the year and then see how he went and then have Lorenzo looking at 27. So now we've just got to figure that out for next year. But that's a hypothetical question. I just thought it was worth the ask.
But I guess it's the hypothetical can move into, like Mick is saying, is if we get to round 18 or something and we've got no hope, Pezzett can go to fucking New South Wales Cup.
Well, that's what we should have done with Dylan Brown last year. As soon as Dylan Brown signed elsewhere, that's what we should have done. We should have had Joash building for this year and whatever. Yeah. So
I think that's what you're
predominantly
saying.
why I asked the question. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
It's it's funny that obviously mentioning the whole Dylan Brown situation as well is there's a lot of talk about, even with Ethan Sanders and stuff, and Dylan Brown not wanting to advantage the other club the players are signed for, yet we went and signed that 1-year deal. But anyway, let's move on. Let's go to our most improved player. I'm going to go first to give an honourable mention to Jermaine Hopgood. I thought he found his best footy at the back of the year when he got over that injury. Was obviously a great player the years before and picked up that bad nerve damage in his back. And I think he was actually injured. I think it was more mental. Took him a long time to get over, which I can certainly understand. And, it looks like he's got a lock to play in that front row to start the year. So I see him going well. But Kit Kat's mine. I think Kit Kat, he got a couple of injuries last year. He was brilliant by the end of the year, and we love him because he's the Kit Kat. But he made some poor defensive decisions. He didn't quite know when to run, when to hit the line, and his whole running wasn't quite there. I think we're going to see the best of him this year, and he's my most improved player. We'll go to you, Troy.
Is there another Penasini in the team somewhere? I don't know, but
You could go Will, seeing so you said he had a couple of average years You've got him as a player in the year, so he must
Well,
be.
okay, yeah. Well, I'll go Will. No, I just think he's looking in good shape, and I just think he's fired up for a big year. So we'll see the best of him this year. You watch.
Yeah. Yep.
No posters on the wall.
No,
Maybe in the cave, but I don't know.
He's got posters of you, doesn't he, on his door? Don't let this man near you. Anyway, Jack.
I'm going to go De Silva. I think our starting lineup will kill it. We'll get on that front foot. The bench will come through. It's going to give De Silva so much more room to run. I think he's going to build a bit of a better combination with the halves. You saw it last week. There's a couple of times where he got a quick play the ball and he runs. He makes 10, 15 quick meters. I think he's going to find that balance this year, and he's going to end up surpassing Dylan Walker and leading the second unit.
Yep. Aiden, yours?
I'm gonna take the Joe Burrow approach here and go for most improved player to be someone who's not that bad, but just missed a lot of time. And as I said, it was good to see him score that first try round one. So Bailey Simonson, for mine, I've got him in my starting team. I love his backyard carry. He has missed a lot of football. He's had injuries over the year. He plays the full season, gets through it, and leads to a great season from him.
Okay, I'm happy with that one as well. So there's a couple of comments earlier about Bailey, switching Bailey to centre stuff. I think Bailey's pretty adamant and pretty confident he wants to play on the wing. So he'll do that job on the wing, and we know he's going to get the first crack. Jason, you're most improved?
Besides the fact that he dropped a lolly and learned a lesson very quickly after points, Sam Tuivasa. I think he's got a very good opportunity to show that he's one of the big boppers and go hard, tackle hard, run hard. He's got the size. He's obviously got a lot of talent. So I think he can be definitely the most improved, and there's a lot of space for him to show in terms of like range of improvement as well. So I'm going with him.
Yeah, Troy? Just checking, we already did yours.
I'm going to go Talon. I reckon there'll be a point in time this year where he wins us a game. I think we'll see him start to really feel comfortable and see the reason we bought him over from the Tigers.
We saw it in the last game against Newcastle. He played his natural game. He wasn't trying to impress anyone and prove that the big money he was on or anything like that. He's just a young kid, and obviously he copped that Moe spray as well. And I think when he plays his natural game and the speed we played with on the weekend will be the speed that suits him, and that's where he'll be able to run, because if we're making those, over that 11, 12 meters with the run and getting a quick play of the ball, he's going to be able to take off because those markers aren't going to be able to do a thing. And watching back that first couple of sets that we played with, he probably won't be starting, but if we bring that after half time, I think Riles has to use him correctly too. Like, he can't do this. And we're probably going to see it happening, to be honest, because of the 6-man bench where he comes on with 15, 20 to go. That might be his chance to win a game. But he goes into a lock game saying, we're going to play our two hookers. That's how we're going to roll it this week against his team who might be a bit bigger in the middle and a bit slower. I still think Talon needs to come on 10 before half-time and then play 15 after half-time. I think that's when he's going to be most dangerous around those tired forwards. Let's go to our expected finishes, and we'll start with Mr. Negativity down there, Michael. We're going expected finish for the year. We're not taking into consideration if Moses stays on the field or anything either.
Oh,
Can I give you a range, or do I have to give you a actual number?
A number.
A number.
Oh, fuck.
You can't be Jared Hayne. You got to give a number.
That's not a number.
Oh, okay. 7th.
7th. Yep. Aiden?
2nd.
Yep. Jack?
I have us 7th.
Are you two both with Talon, both with 7th?
Mate, the second the cameras are off, I'm actually in another room in his house. We're going to kiss.
Yeah.
He's like,
Flew him down this morning.
Yeah. All right, cool. Anyway, whatever. Jason?
Hang on, hold up. Rob Macker, 6, mate. You've been banging on about Mr. Negativity. You should be saying we're finished first the way you've been carrying on.
Mika was waiting for that one.
Jason?
Statistically, you've taken my math out of it, because if Moses plays 18 plus games, we come top 4. So I'm going to say top 4. Fourth.
So
That's
Number.
got a number.
A number.
Number, Jace.
you said
Quattro.
four.
Quattro.
Yeah.
Sono italiano.
The answer should be first.
All right, Troy, what do you got?
Well, look, I'm going to give a shout out to Rob Macca and
'Cause he's
Dan
been loving you
Lee,
all night.
and also hang on, because Eric Jones as well, because they agree with me. I'm going to say sixth.
Okay, lovely. Look, I've had us finishing fifth the whole off season. And the reason I've had us finishing fifth is because I had the Roosters, the Panthers, the Sharks, because they got a fucking easy draw, and the Broncos above us again. Now, I watched the Sharks' depth on the weekend, and it's absolutely shithouse. That's one thing I can guarantee. So I'm dropping them out. So that bumps us up to fourth. I think the Roosters might actually peak a little bit too late. I think they'll definitely be in the grand final. So I'm going to put us ahead of the Roosters, but I might reserve that judgment till after the weekend. And Brisbane, I've been saying this for ages. I don't think Brisbane is as good as what everyone thinks they are. I think they've got too many Chiefs, not enough Indians, too many cooks in the kitchen, whatever you want to say. They've got too many fucking halves. They're like the Knights when they had all their halves. And Jeremy's probably going to sit there and nod because they had a different halves combination every week. But having, yeah, there it is. Except they've got quality halves. That's the difference. You might as well stay now anyway. They've got quality halves, but I honestly don't believe they won that grand final last year if Reynolds didn't get injured. So I have us finishing my bridge. I've got us finishing second now. I'm going second. I'm confident. I have Penrith finishing above us. I think Penrith could potentially win the comp, and it hurts me to say that, but I really think they peaked at the back end of last year. But same thing with Penrith. They get one injury, and all of a sudden they're done. So, Jez?
As a bystander, I have you guys finishing fourth with Mitch Moses staying on the field the whole season because I absolutely adore the way that he plays and he runs the team. But if something happens to him, I've got you finishing ninth.
It's like his position.
Yep.
That's sad.
But we all want a healthy Mitch Moses for the whole season, even as NRL fans. That he can sit out when he plays against the Knights.
It doesn't play Origin. It doesn't play
I feel like if Moses gets injured this year, we're definitely nowhere near in a position like we have been. Like, because Pezzett plays 7, and then you've got Joe Ash or maybe Lorenzo, depending what time of year it is, to face 6. So I mean that's still a pretty solid halves pairing in my opinion.
Yeah, but they don't have his kicking game. Like Mitchell Moses kicks victories and does it dominantly.
Changes our forward pack. They do half as much work because not they do half as much work. They don't have to do the hard work of running up and back because he just kicks us out of trouble every time.
He's an elite player and he's an elite halfback.
Pezzett's got a good kicking game too.
Yeah,
it's not like Mitchell's.
No one's like even Nathan Cleary doesn't have a kicking game like Mitch.
Yeah, it's kind of like that drop punt kind of thing, similar to AFL. That's why Pezzett's got it as well. Jez, where you got your own team finishing? Just out of curiosity.
Not last, but pretty close.
15th.
You can't sit in the stand. Give us the number.
13th.
Oh, well, you're fair to Jez. Jason, where do the Knights finish?
The Knights?
Yeah.
Fuck. How many teams are in the comp now? 18 or 19?
17. Still 17. That's next year.
They'll come 15th on points difference.
Michael?
15th.
Jack?
I had them coming last.
Troy?
Next.
I'll say 14th.
Hayden?
I haven't done a ladder yet. They're bottom 2. Sorry, Jez. I don't know. Bottom 2.
That's fine. I don't have them getting the spoon, but I watched them on the weekend. They're pretty ordinary, but I still think
their forwards are horrible.
Yeah, we've got no go forward. Anyway, this isn't talking Newcastle.
I know. We wanted to be fair for you, and we always like to dig the boot into the night. So, look, we'll go to some fan questions first. Obviously, I'll give it a shout out as well this weekend if you're around Ringrose Park, 22nd of February. I believe it's a big day. I think it's about 2:00 kickoff. Obviously, the Sports Shed TV charity match. Me and Hayden are in the same team this year. Hayden's looking to actually win one. He hasn't won one yet. I've played 1 year and won. Scored a try. I kicked the conversion sideline. I don't know if you guys remember that. It's pretty cool. Hayden, how did you get yourself on my team? Like, what did you have to do to do that, really?
I don't know. I think the people just spoke. I think they just tagged away, talking Parra, entertain us. We want you there, and they knew that we were going to be a lethal combination. So, we're looking forward to seeing that on Sunday. We've both been hitting the gym, doing that training, and the barbecue. That was just a cover for 4 hours of training, guys. So you'll see it on Sunday.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll go some questions. Get your questions in. Troy, you're coming out on Sunday, obviously. Tickets available. Go to the Sports Shed Instagram page if you want to buy tickets and watch us put on a show. I'll try and get you over the line, Hayden. That's my goal. My goal is not to score myself. It's to finally show you how to score. It'll be great fun. So, how are the shorts for this year? Mate, I've dropped 13 kilos since last year, and based on how small last year's were and the jersey, I've still ordered 2 sizes bigger. Like, I literally was in an XL last year. I've ordered a 3XL even though I've dropped weight, and I've gone a size bigger in the shorts because it's fucking horrendous.
Adam, you'll be doing Hayden's defense for him, I'm sure.
I'm playing in the middle, mate. He'll be hiding on the wing. Wingers pretend to play with footballers. So, anyway. Any questions? Any question? Who can you blokes give Troy... Fuck. Sorry, I've got to bring this one up. When can you blokes give Troy Warner a go? Give him a go at what? He gets a go at everything. And when are you blokes going to get rid of the Gold Coast supporter on here? Hayden, are you still hanging around for a while? Or
planning to?
People don't forget, do they? And what we haven't addressed is, doggies, are you ready? Ready, Hayden? Now, people really don't forget shit. Can we talk about this, what happened last year at the Bulldogs game? What were you doing? What were you thinking? You've got your punishment coming up, and you've got your cheerleader outfit ready to go for when Parramatta play the Bulldogs. And would you do it again?
No, I wouldn't do it again. I'll give you some context as well. I don't know the name of the artist. I think it was the same people that did Let's Trot for Josh Adokar. There was a song dedicated to the Bulldogs. There are some other content creators, including Jason, David. I forget the other ones on the day. And we all went to an event outside of the Bulldogs sort of hotel. And there was a lot of hype around the Bulldogs beating Penrith. And I hate that dynasty. I'm so glad that it's over now. And I thought it was going to be over that day. So I got into singing the lyrics of this song, which include things about the Bulldogs. And obviously Fox League went, that's Entertain House. Let's fucking put him on show. And Fox League is the reason I'll be wearing a cheerleading outfit in round 3. Cheers.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, guys. Like, honestly, I want everyone to take a photo with Hayden. He's got a cheerleader outfit. He's got hooker boots. He's got a sparkly hat and a tiny little blue G-string under his fucking cheerleader outfit. So make sure you give us
a prize on the line if people upload their photo with cheerleader Hayden.
Yeah,
Rob,
100%.
you've got a 6th. I've got a 2nd. I'd shut up.
All right. Let's,
Rob.
Have you finished that one beer yet, Hayden?
There's about
That's angry talk.
Look how much more confident he's getting. Of course it is. So, all right, get your questions, guys. I'm going to draw this winner for the $100 voucher. Jez will start a couple of questions and we'll finish off. So, it is number 15. So, I've just got to go to the NRL Facebook page now.
Make sure you pick all comments.
Thanks, Captain.
I got you, dude.
36 comments we ended up with on there. Keep that going too, guys. I fucking love
Wouldn't
it.
Wouldn't you choose newest and then go down?
How about you shut up?
No, you make it all, and it shows them all in order.
All right, so I had to go through that because there's other comments that got in my way. I need to go newest. Hayden's right, because if I don't go newest, it puts the comments from other people. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not just a pretty
Wouldn't
face.
you just pick the 23rd hashtag, your flip or whatever it was, the 15th?
Yep, it is Matty Albert. So Matty Albert, message the page. You've won. And what? Do you know Matty Albert?
Yeah, he's in a band from Sydney.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
So Matty Albert. Clarify, I don't know Matty Albert. Just FYI, we're not rigging these competitions. It was definitely the 15th. If anyone wants to go from Newest down. Any questions, yes, or what? I've got here. In your opinion, boys, do you reckon JDB and Matt Dory rotation will bang? I don't think they'll bang. I think they're both in a relationship.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, 100%. Like,
Did he mean
would be very
something?
close. Team chemistry. Team chemistry. I think he means we'll explode. They might do that as well. But I think he means will it go off? Like, is that how it's going to work? I think Jack's going to do time in the front row as well. So I think Jack will go from lock to front row, and Matt Dury could do the same thing. And Matt Drury, I don't know. It's a hard one. I was a little bit against the Jack de Belin signing as well, but I think he's going to do wonders helping people out, those young players coming through. But yeah, I'm confident with that one. But Walker will go to lock as well. So Matt Drury might play in the front row. We've got some options. We've got some fucking options. Damien said, poor Troy, cops it harder than the Falcon did on the footy show. Yeah, we love him. He's our special little Troy. We love him. So there you go. Matty, message the page, mate. Talking Parra, we'll organise those vouchers to get to you. Any other comments worthy of getting up there, Jez, you found? No, I'm still here, guys. Jack de Belin looks horrible in blue and gold. Thanks, Jesse. Glad for your input, mate. I'll sleep well on that tonight.
He's a St. George supporter.
Rob Macca, first bit of value he's added tonight. Do you think there is a chance Joash takes it to silver? Sorry, Rob's copped it as hard as fucking Troy, and he's had Troy's back the whole night. Rob, are you mates with Troy? Troy, do you know Rob?
Yeah, I do.
That makes sense because he's had your back all the time, and like, that actually doesn't make any sense. So, how well do you know him?
Oh, he's a good bloke, Rob. Yeah, I've met him a couple of times, a few times, and yeah, he's all right. Why?
Oh, I thought if you knew him too well, he would have been sick of you and not actually spoken like, positively about you. But I'll let you answer this one because you're mates. Do you think there is a chance Joash takes the Silver's spot at 14?
I don't think so.
Fuck, that was any reason why you want to dig a bit
Oh,
deeper?
you want to maybe elaborate on that?
Well, yeah.
Oh, I just think Jason Riles will go with the two hooker 9 and 14. So with Riley and De Silva, I just think that's the way he'll go. I think Joash will probably be about the 18th, 19th player in the squad. So each and every week, and I think the one thing that cruels Joash is his versatility. So he can play 6, he can play 9, he can play 1, and that's why he's going to be so handy being on the bench.
Talon's on the bench as well wearing the 14.
Troy, is your computer about to explode?
I don't know. It's probably old. If there's a computer sponsor out there that's willing to throw me a new computer,
shameless plugs all day, Troy.
Haven't stopped, have you? He's got a few new sponsors for his podcast and he can't stop. So just wants more. He's got the taste of it. Look, what Troy was trying to say, and I'll quickly answer this to be the last say, is it doesn't matter if he's 14 or not. It doesn't matter if he's 14. It doesn't matter if Joash is 19. I can't see. There'll be weeks where Talon doesn't play, and there might be weeks when Joash doesn't play. I think they'll share the load quite a bit. And if Riley's capable of getting through 80, and we've got a game where we need a bit of spark, or we want to give someone like, let's say we're ahead by 30, and we want to manage someone like Mitchell Moses. Quite simply, instead of bringing Talon on with 20 to go, you chuck Joash on at the 6, move Pezza to the 7. Lots of options there. So the 6-man bench is going to be pretty exciting. Look, Magic here. Yep, I'm there. Troy's there. Hayden's there. Jack's there. So, there'll be lots of us there. We'll do an event. Watch the space, guys. We've got lots of events coming up this year. Obviously, that first one, as I said, is the 28th of March at Riverside Brewing Co. Got plenty more coming. That's my Super Bucks. Open invite. Put some beers, some food on. A beach jerky. Beach jerky, supplying some jerky. Obviously, Riverside Brewing Co. supplying the beers. And we've also got a grazing platter coming as well from Grazing for You. So, pizzas as well. It's going to be a big day. So, look, first one done. Oh, hang on. Steve's got a question. This is a fucking good question. Maddo not named in any trial, including New South Wales Cup. Does he just sit on the bench for Cup all year? If so, a waste of cap space. Look, our club has done absolutely everything they could to try and move Ryan Madison on. Quite simply, no one wanted Ryan Madison. There's a funny meme going around the other day that Parramatta tried to get Melbourne to take Madison as well as giving us cap relief, because that would have given us cap relief. It was pretty smart by the club. That Melbourne offers us $200,000 and said, you take Maddo as well and we'll accept it because, boom, we've got Maddo's money sitting there as well. There was someone
$650K of it.
And I don't blame Maddo. The club's in a pretty good spot right now with the way they're signing players and stuff. But back then, we're just doing all we could to sign players with those player options and all that shit. So if I'm Maddo, I don't give a fuck if I'm playing footy this year. I'm sitting there getting my $650K. There was a rumor floating around that he got up to head knock and he could be close to medical retirement and all this kind of stuff. I haven't heard anything. It hasn't broken yet. It's just something I got told. I also got told, well, I'll say now, Ryan Madison was telling people at the season launch that Jason Riles doesn't want him around the first grade players. and around the young players. So I dare say that Ryan Madison won't play New South Wales Cup because their whole team is based on young players. So watch the space. I don't see Ryan Madison ever pulling on a Parramatta jersey again. It may cost us $650,000 to sit there, but so be it. You don't want players that don't want to play for the jersey. That's it. That's all we got. Catch everyone that's going to be at the trial on Saturday night. We'll put an event up for that as well. And we'll see you next Tuesday.
Bye-bye.